In House of the Dragon Season 2 episode For the Red Dragon and the Gold, why Aemond Targaryen attempts to kill his brother, King Aegon II. Maybe driven by revenge and belief he should be king. Why Aemond's attempt on Aegon's life is not there in books and why there should be a new addition to George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood. Stay till the end of video to know what happened after Battle of Rook's Rest in the books. In a startling turn of events that will have far-reaching consequences going ahead, Aemond Targaryen attempts to murder his brother, King Aegon II Targaryen, in House of the Dragon Season 2, episode For the Red Dragon and the Gold, which I think best episode of the Season 2 maybe. Even though the show allows room for interpretation, I believe it is safe to presume King Aegon is still alive at the end of Season 2. Nevertheless, he will be sidelined for some time, and there is much to learn about Aemond's actions and motivations. Of course, the prince is no stranger to kinslaying. In the conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 1, Aemond killed his nephew Lucerys Velaryon. Here, he succeeds in killing a second member of his family, Rhaenys Targaryen, by having Aemond's dragon, Vhagar the largest at the time Dance of the Dragons, bite off Meleys's head and send her plummeting to her death. But what's more interesting is the attempt on Aegon's life. Why Aemond became Villian for his own brother. The king discovered his brother lying with Sylvie at a brothel in the previous episode, The Burning Mill, which served as the clear pretext for Aemond's attempt to kill Aegon. Aegon was eager to make fun of and attempt to embarrass his brother, and it was especially hurtful for it to happen to Aemond in the one situation where he manifestly allows himself to be vulnerable, since it would have left him craving retribution. However, the truth is that this goes much deeper and was theoretically prearranged from the moment they initially appeared. There are years of insults, slights, and a general resentment that have gone into this moment, with Aemond finally getting his chance to take revenge upon his older brother. In their early years, Aegon and Aemond had a somewhat similar dynamic. Aegon was mean to his younger brother, often making fun of the fact that he didn't have a dragon, more so than the strong boys Aemond called out. This is the moment, the culmination of years of slights, insults, and general animosity, where Aemond may now finally exact retribution on his elder brother. Why Aemond thought he should be the king. Not only is Aemond seeking Aegon's life as a form of retaliation, but he also really feels he would make a better king. This has always been obvious. Aemond has never disguised his affections for his brother or how unfit he is to rule the 7 kingdoms of Westeros, just as he once thought he would make a better husband for their sister Helaena. It was especially brought to light in the 9th episode of Season 1, The Green Council of House of the Dragon, when Aemond has to hunt down Aegon to force him to take the Iron Throne. Here I am, trawling the city, ever the good soldier in search of a wastrel who's never taken half an interest in his birthright. 'Tis I the younger brother who studies history and philosophy, it is I who trains with the sword, who rides the largest dragon in the world. I'm next in line to the throne. Should they come looking for me, I intend to be found. In a way, this is continued in House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 4, but it also highlights the differences between them. It is Aemond, not Aegon, who plans the war with Criston Cole. It is Aemond, not Aegon, who fluently speaks High Valyrian. And it is Aemond, not Aegon, who is going to fly into battle on his dragon. In addition to believing that he ought to be king, Aemond is beginning to behave as though he already is. Since he has already gone that far and is driven by a desire for vengeance, why not attempt to solve the issue? Does Aemond attempts to kill Aegon in books? The new inclusion of Aemond trying to murder his brother does not occur in George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood. The book version of the battle at Rook's Rest is a little simpler, with Aegon and Aemond both laying in wait as part of the scheme and using their dragons to attack Rhaenys jointly. Rhaenys and Meleys are killed when all 3 fall to the ground, while Aegon sustains burns and other injuries. Of course, it is possible that this is the truth of the case that was concealed, and that this is merely how history portrays it. Even though Aemond is unable to kill Aegon, he is successful in achieving his objective of sitting on the Iron Throne. He also steals the Valyrian steel dagger from Aegon II at the crash site. In the book, Aegon spends almost a year in bed due to his wounds, frequently dozing off and requiring milk of poppy. During that period, Aemond assumes the Iron Throne and governs as Prince Regent. That will eventually entail him and Cole gathering an army to march on Harrenhal and Aemond Targaryen, though it might not happen until House of the Dragon Season 3. Relationship between Green Brothers trio in books? In the books, there is no beef written between Aegon and Aemond. Aegon never bullied Aemond and Aemond was never portrayed as the smarter and more sophisticated brother. Darren was the golden brother of the trio. Aegon also never embarrassed Aemond and the Green kids seemed to stick together, especially against the strong boys. Up until the dance, they always worked together and were on the same page. Even after Aemond killed Lucerys Velaryon, Aemond was chastised by his mom and Otto. But his brother, King Aegon, welcomed him home with praise and a feast. Aegon was well aware of the plan and was actually a crucial part of it. He and Aemond attacked Rhaenys at the same time, but as Sunfire was the smaller and faster dragon, he made it to Meleys first. As Meleys and Sunfire fought, they got tangled. Vhagar didn't Dracarys Aegon. She charged into them, and as all three started to roll on the air and lose altitude, fell upon them. Why Aemond was very loyal to Aegon in the books. After Battle of Rook's Rest, Aemond, who was the Prince Regent at the time and rode the biggest dragon on the whole world, could easily usurp Bedreddin and injured Aegon, yet he didn't. He, instead, claimed that he would rule with the title of Prince Regent until his brother gained his strength. Thousands of soldiers watched the battle and they all saw what happened above them for sure. Yet, we have not even a single account of Aemond acting treacherously towards his brother. And if you would use the fog of battle or proximity as an excuse for those soldiers not seeing what happened, then how the man himself, Aegon, didn't know? He literally wanted to build a golden statue bigger than the Titan of Bravos of his brother after his death. How a vengeful and unforgiving man like Aegon would do such a thing if his brother betrayed him. Attempt on Aegon is show invention or book's history may be wrong. Show-only fans may believe it as they haven't read the books, but I don't think anyone who both read the books and has any idea what they are talking about would support this. Again, I am not saying, OMG, how could they've done this? I am just saying this was not based on the written material available to us as there is no evidence, but there are many to point out otherwise. Aemond's betrayal is a show invention. Comment what do you think about Aemond trying to kill Aegon in Season 2 of House of the Dragon comparing with the books. Subscribe, like and share if you liked the video. See you in a week with another interesting one. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button so you make sure never miss my weekly videos.